Hello, I'm Kelly and welcome to my Flosstube channel, Animal Instinct. It's Sunday the 29th of May 2022 and I'm back with another cross-stitching update today. Thanks so much for stopping by and spending some time with me. I hope you're all well and getting plenty of stitching time in. Today is just a normal stitching update. I've been away, I think it was about half of May as it turned out, so I haven't done as much stitching as normal, but I've still got plenty to share. Before I get into the stitching, I just want to say a massive thank you to Laura of VicStitches. Laura put together the amazing VicStitches retreat that was held last weekend in Murano, Victoria. I had an incredible time and I'll talk about it a bit more at the end. I only just got home really from that trip a couple of days ago and I'm still not even fully unpacked, so I just realized I don't have everything out that I was going to share, but that's fine. Let's get into the stitching. I actually will start off with a finish. So I did manage to finish Bushland Quaker by Mojo Stitches. I could do with another iron. Oh well, there it is. So I started this one last year on the 18th of February as one of my 40th birthday starts, one of many. It's probably one of the few that I've actually finished. What else do I say? Can you tell I'm really tired? It was stitched using a thread pack from Mojo Stitches. I bought it on her Etsy store. And it's a mix of DMC and cottage garden threads. And it's stitched on 40 count linen in weak tea by Jay's X Stitch. You can find Jay's beautiful fabrics on Etsy. I just love that it's Australian designer, Australian fabric, Australian threads plus some DMC, and Australian themed. It was really nice to stitch. I have a frame picked out for it, so I need to get around to actually framing it. We'll see how that goes. So that's another finish. I'm not sure I'll have any more big finishes for a little while. Have another, actually, I just wanted to show you, this is the thread pack that I bought from Mojo. With the DMC down this side and the cottage garden threads on this side. I've seen other, I think probably American stitches having thread packs where they get a whole skein of these threads, but this was just enough to do the project. But in actual fact, there's heaps left over, so yeah. I have to like hide things in all sorts of places. I bought these new charging cords, which is hopefully cat proof. However, what's not cat proof is the plug. Let me see, I don't know how he got access to it, but the naughty kitten has probably destroyed that already. I'm sure he'll be around at some point. Right, yeah, so I've had another sort of, I guess, smallish finish. I'm working on the Hygge Stories by New Leaf Craft. I bought the pattern on Etsy, but I believe they're probably Russian as you can't buy from them at the moment. So I finished the October, I think it is. Sorry, I'm not so prepared today. I just wanted to get it filmed. I think this is October. It's got to be with the pumpkin, surely. But equivalent to our autumn. So that was my fifth one. So the pumpkin there is wrapped up in a little scarf and there's some flowers and acorns. Yep. If you follow me on Instagram, I shared the first 5 finishes on there, but I've actually had a 6th finish. So at the retreat last weekend, I started this the night before the retreat and I finished it the night that the retreat ended. So I didn't do all the stitching at the retreat, but it was that weekend, started and finished. So this must be November. So a comfy little stitching spot with some macrame on the wall and slippers and a cup of tea and some stitching. So that means I've now finished 6 of these. So I'm halfway there. It's on 28 count Brittany Lugana in Aether, A-E-T-H-E-R, by Chromatic Alchemy. And they're not all going to stay on this piece. I'm going to cut them up and think about a creative way to finish them off. Right, my next whip, I'll pop a photo in of the artwork. It is my epic Firefly by Jenny Parks. It's a Gecko Rouge kit, and I'll pop a photo in of where I was last time. I think I just pulled it out and started working on it again. I hadn't touched it in a little while, but this month I've put in about 4,000 stitches. So this is where we are. So what I've done this month is I worked really hard to finish all the background up here. The lighting is interesting today. Anyway, so this is space in the background with little stars shining. And now I'm coming down to work on the cat. The little shiny bits you can see are just sulky sliver that I've used to grid the pages with. And there's a bit dangling, it's really annoying. Oh, there. So I've finished his ears and the top of his head, and now I'm moving down into his face. So my approach for this now is the same as when I was stitching this guy. I'm going by the width of the cat, and I'm just focusing on 20 stitch deep strips, horizontal strips, but going down underneath if it makes sense to do so. So I've almost finished this one. I've just got a couple more stitches in here and here, and then I'll come down here, and then you can see this one's wearing glasses. There. And what's quite exciting is when I finished stitching him, I started coming up, and then I decided I wanted to make my way all the way up to the top. So I took a leap of faith and made my way up. And then I've come back down and we're almost meeting up. And I've already been stitching a little bit down here, and it's all fine. It's all worked out nicely. So I got him out completely, this piece, out completely last video. So if you'd like to see that, go and have a look at the last one. I've just got to keep working on this. Actually, what I want to do in June next month is have a bit of a focus month on this piece and see how far I can get. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I wonder if I can finish his face. Not sure. That is Firefly. Thank you, Deb Wilson. She made me a grime guard to try and wrangle that fabric a bit better, and it works really nicely. Thanks, Deb. My next one, I don't have the cover photo of this one either, but I'll pop some pictures in of the cover photo and also where I was last time. This is Under the Sea by Durene Jones. You can get this pattern through Lakeside Needlecraft. And I'm stitching it along with Emma X Stitching and Jodyri Stitches. And we're aiming to do one of the larger motifs each month, not worrying too much about the little stuff or the back stitching. Last video, I think I was a little bit behind on my April stitching, which was this submarine, but that is all done now. It looks a bit odd, needs the back stitch definitely, but there's a couple of faces in the submarine. And then I also came across, this is what it's looking like now. It's on 32 count opal Caribbean Seas by Jodyri Designs. It's all sparkly and pretty. So started and finished the seahorses as well. This was the project I took on the plane with me. I've had a few flights this month. The first flight was a success and I made progress. The second flight, I just must have been tired, and there's a U symbol and an upside down U symbol, and I think I needed to stitch the upside down U symbol, but I picked the colour for the U. Didn't even notice, just blindly followed the pattern. So the next flight was frogging all of that. And then I did have it out to do on the way home on Friday, but I slept. I had 2 flights home and I slept pretty much the whole way. One of them, the first one, I was asleep before we took off and I was still asleep when we landed. It was a very busy week. But they're very cute. And I think coming into June, we'll be back to the metallic thread. So that's going to be interesting. I think it's jellyfish. Okay, and my last whip for this month, it's barely worth showing, but anyway. This is Sheep Heap by Plum Street Samplers. I took this along to the retreat. This is the whole piece. I'm doing 4 of them. It's on 36 count natural linen using the called for threads. And I've decided to make my sheep really shaggy and unkempt. And I just did this at the retreat. I don't know what you can see. I've been experimenting using, so just randomly, some crosses are 1 strand of thread over 2 and some are 2 over 2, just to make it a bit textured. And very exciting to catch up with friends. And again, thank you to Deb, who gifted me this really cool thread that I'm going to have a go of using. This is the one I was using on that one. And I've still got the goat one to do, I think. So I might have a goat in this colour. We'll see. Well, that was good timing. My camera battery died on me. Anyway, back. So that was the end of the stitching. Can't quite remember where I got to. I've had some lovely stitchy kindness this month. I received a little parcel from Esther, Danish stitcher. Very beautiful, beautiful things in this parcel. Thank you so much, Esther. I love it all. She sent me this gorgeous piece. Oh yeah, you can see it nicely. Opalescent, hand-dyed, beautiful purple Aether. Love it. Love that colour. Thank you. And we had bonded over our Witcher pieces and our admiration of The Witcher, or maybe just Henry Cavill. And she made me some really cool things. I have my own needle minder. Yes, that scene. Thank you, Esther. And also a couple of cabochons as well. Thank you so much. Love it all. What else? I guess we'll go on to VicStitches. So I can't believe that was only last weekend. Amazing. Had a fantastic time. So as I mentioned, Laura from Laura X Stitches just did a wonderful job organising it all. It ran from the Friday to the Sunday. I got up there on the Thursday. A few friends had rented an Airbnb house, so thank you roomies for making it such a great weekend. This is the bag we got at the retreat, really neat. It's a nice quality bag too, perfect project bag. It was filled with goodies, like I said, some are still in my suitcase, yet to be unpacked properly, but I have a little selection here. We had our own personalised little key rings or zipper pulls or whatever you want to use it as. How cute is that? So that. What else? There was a needle minder in there made by Unconventional X-Stitch for the retreat. Christy from Once Upon a Needle Minder made us all counting pins, which are really cool. And Christmas themed. Once Upon a Needle Minder. And she was also selling needle minders. Oh, and I did buy one from her, and it's in the suitcase still. What else did we have? Here's some threads from Jay's X-Stitch, hand painted cotton embroidery threads. So Jay, who dyed the fabric that I use for Bushland Quaker. Really pretty threads. And there was some silk from Silks for You. Silks for You. Yep. What else? Ginger Stitch AU was there. Zane and Huss and the adorable Teddy, who is an 8-month-old corgi. Oh my gosh. And they have the best business card you've ever seen. And of course I don't have it here. Most amazing business card. They were selling needle minders and thread drops, and I did buy some needle minders, and again I don't have them on me. That's not very helpful, is it? But I did buy some more of his thread drops just cause. So it's a pack of 10, I think, with a ring. And these ones are of the Great Wave. And then for whatever I use them for, I'll pop a sticker on the back with the thread that I'm using. How cool is that? He has lots of really cool designs, so please check them out. They're on Etsy too, Ginger Stitch AU. It's been a whirlwind. But it was such a fun weekend. So it was, first and foremost, just seeing other people with the same passion all in one place. I think there were about 60 of us. Was so exciting, and it's great to be part of. Highly recommended if you can get to a retreat. Saw some, reconnected with people that I had met at the last retreat I went to in Mittagong in 2019, and that was just incredible. And then also I met lots of new people, and quite a few of you lovely ladies who watch my channel. So thank you very much for coming up and saying hello, and it was great to meet you and see what you're stitching on. And now I can imagine the face behind the words on the videos. So we had raffles. Laura is a teacher and she was so organised and loved her bingo. We played a lot of bingo. I did not win any bingo, which was a bit sad. Oh, I did win a raffle prize. I don't have that here either. Maybe next time I'll be more organised. It was fantastic. Oh, Kerry, creative curator, was there, and she was making her beautiful chainmail scissor fobs and needle pull. I've totally forgotten the words. And she was doing some custom orders, and she had some really pretty colours. So yeah, it was great to see you again, Kerry. And then there was a big pop-up store from Daisy Chain Stitchery. I really should have written some notes down. Anyway, and she brought along a heap of patterns and threads and fabrics and accessories, and it was just so nice to see them in person. Like you see these patterns shared on social media, but when you actually see them in person, it's way better. I did get a couple, again, don't have them here. And they're ones that I had kind of liked, probably wouldn't have bought just online, but seeing them in person, I just had to. So it was a really fun weekend. And Laura, I hope that you're able to pull it together again for next year. I'd be really keen to come along. So yes, that was a busy, crazy month, and I'm looking forward to things slowing down a bit in June. So let's just go on to plans, just finish up with some plans. So I mentioned I really want to put a lot of time into Firefly next month. So that's my, primary focus, I guess. Also, I signed up to the VicStitches Supernatural Stitch Along, so not the TV show, just supernatural creatures. Actually, that's something I can show you. So I put up a poll on my Instagram. I had 3 fabrics from number 12 Stitch Co. plus a last minute possibility from Esther. I put up a poll on Instagram to see which one I should use for this stitch along, and it's pretty much 25% each. So that was absolutely no help. And I'm still not really sure. I think for this one, I'm going to choose between these two. They're both 32 count linen. This one is French pear and this is cocoa dust. It's a bit pink. It's a little pinky brownish than what it's showing, and that's a little bit more green. Anyway, the frame comes out on the 1st of June, I think, so I need to decide by then because I'm going to make sure I get the frame done in June. I do have another idea for this beautiful fabric here, so stay tuned with that. And then the only other stitching I think I'll look at doing as well in June will be my Under the Sea stitch along. And that will keep me very busy. So I think that's everything. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you came to the retreat and said hello, thank you again. It was so great to meet with you all. And we will see you again in another month. See ya.